Fans are back in the stadium for the very first time to see their champions. I mean, since the pandemic was the first time Liverpool fans were allowed into the stadium. Might just be 2,000 of them, but you know what they say. When it's Liverpool's fans gathering around, it's an army. No matter how small the army is, it's still an army. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for switching on for today's episode of my Liverpool games. I mean, we played against Wolverhampton Wanderers and we won 4-0. Three different goal scorers, could have been four, but I mean, three different goal scorers, and own goal. Unfortunately, Mane couldn't end his run, but it was still an absolute scintillating performance from Liverpool. I mean, talk of the players coming back from injury, the view of Van Dijk online watching after his knee operation. I think they're exciting times going forward, and I think this was a very accomplished performance. Premier League debut for Kelleher, who of course you remember debuted against Ajax in the Champions League. This time around he's starting his second successive game in Liverpool colours, and he did keep a clean sheet this time around again. Yes, Neco Williams started in the right back spot with Fabinho and Matip in central defence, and of course ever-present left back in person of Robertson starting in the left back spot. The midfield three retained itself in persons of Curtis Jones, Jordan Henderson and Gini Wijnaldum, while our regular front three remained the same, while Diego Jota, of course, playing against his former side, had to start from the bench. Performance-wise, I think from early on we showed that we're ready for this game. I mean, 3 minutes into the game, Neco Williams got a yellow card and I got scared because, I mean, you're having Traore starting against you, and Podence and Neto, all of these guys are tricky, fast players, and Neco Williams getting, his yellow card in the 3rd minute showed a lot of composure going forward, and I wasn't surprised when it was taken up for Alexander-Arnold, who started on the bench for the very first time since that injury before the international break. The first goal of the game did come after that defense splitting pass from our captain Jordan Henderson. It was an awful pass, and at the end of the day, Cody made a mess of it, and Salah dispatched past Rui Patricio. The second goal of the game did not come later until Gini Wijnaldum, who wore his orange, yes, Netherlands colours, to actually put past Patricio, and he celebrated just like Van Dijk would have. Showed the close relationship between those two Netherlands players, and it was an amazing way. I mean, this guy, I'm of the opinion that he should get his contract signed, but if he's not going to sign, he's 29 years, we cannot allow him to go for free. Yeah, I think we should still sign him up and probably sell him a year or two later, but I think that he has done spectacularly well since he joined Liverpool, and he's a very committed player. He hardly gets injured. That game was his 11th successive start for Liverpool, and he has played 90 minutes. I mean, this guy is an energy, and he does so well. We complain a whole lot because when he goes to Netherlands he scores and all of that, but he plays two different roles. In Netherlands he's more attack minded, in Liverpool he's more defensive minded, but at the end of the day he keeps things done tidy. He passes the ball, he shoots the ball, and gets the job done. That was an absolute belter of a goal in my opinion. Now the 3rd goal, Matip. Yes, I understand that Matip is glass, and he can barely play for a whole month straight and all of that, but whenever Matip is fit, I think we have a gem of a player in our hands. Remember when Matip was our best defender before Van Dijk's era came? Yes, so he did do well, and he got his goal, his first goal in almost a year, or over a year now. Yeah, after that amazing corner from Mohamed Salah to give Salah a goal and an assist for the 15th time since 2017-2018 season. The only person that is closer to him is Son, who has scored and assisted in 10 or 11 games. I mean, Mohamed Salah, until he leaves, before we actually cherish, how magnificent his statistics are, how splendid and crazy his figures are. I mean, this guy has been doing so well. They called him a first season wonder, second season wonder, third season wonder. I mean, he has proven that he is the best in the game at the moment, or let me say one of the best, but he's probably Liverpool's best player. Sadio Mane was unlucky not to get his goal. I mean, Trent Alexander-Arnold showed why he's the best right back in the world. We have missed him so much in the last couple of weeks, and to enter into the game to get an assist is a very big boss move. I mean, it did exceptionally well coming in. We have missed those low, precise crosses, not awful crosses, precise crosses, and he was unlucky. I mean, Mane was unlucky not to get the final touch as he went off Semedo to go past Rui Patricio for the 4th goal of the night. I mean, Semedo, what is with Semedo and conceding 4 against Liverpool? I think it's a Barcelona effect thing. Anyways, another performance I would like to mention is Curtis Jones. I mean, it could be very annoying for most part of the game, but I think it does, it does make the simple things look very hard and does the other things make it look very simple. Because this guy, I mean, there was this counter attack. I expected him to have given one true pass to Salah for Salah to put the ball past the Wolverhampton keeper, but he did kept on dancing on his feet and all. I know he's young and he's growing and he's very confident, but I mean, this is not academy and it's not all those academic confidence, but I think he's a very good player overall. I think I'm going to give kudos to Kelleher. I mean, it was the second successive start, second successive clean sheet for Liverpool, and the sky is the limit for this guy. This guy is doing so well. In my personal opinion, I think his strongest attributes are his handling, his concentration, because the grip and the way he goes out for ball, the confidence he uses to go out for ball, and he will get the ball at the end of the day, is really sublime, and I think he will do well. Now, he has proven that he's our number 2, and I would expect that we will not, keep him on the bench, to be honest. Yes, I'm not saying he should dislodge Alisson. I saw a lot of, Liverpool fans saying that Alisson, blah, 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 but I mean, it's not true. If Alisson can stay fit for the rest of the season, next season, I think Kelleher should go on loan, but most likely to a Premier League club, someone that is just coming from the relegation and to prove himself. We should not do it like the way we did Ward, where Ward played very well for Huddersfield, then they gained promotion into the Premier League, then club decided to keep him. No, I would expect that we should do him like the Henderson of Manchester United. Let him play in the Premier League and see how well he will perform. Well, whichever way, Andrew, your days are numbered in Liverpool. Yes, I'm going to give Neco Williams. I've been giving him a lot of stick of late, but I think the last 2 performances have been good and can only get better. I think Fabinho is exceptionally good. I mean, to think that that's not his primary position and he plays exceptionally well like that, a lot of Premier League side would actually have to have their defender as good as that. But this guy is still on borrowed time in that position. He's doing very, very well. I think kudos to him. He did exceptionally well as well. Then Bobby Firmino, I think when the Bobby song rang at Anfield for the first time since March, Bobby Firmino was on song and he did all of those flicks and tricks and all, and we show that Bobby is enjoying his football again. I think my man of the match is Jordan Henderson with 2 assists for the Gini Wijnaldum goal, and of course the Salah's goal. Yes, I'm going to credit him for that assist. And thankfully, VAR did not go against us this time around, even when I think that Craig Pawson is a very silly referee, and even John Moss, who was a VAR, I think they are very, very indecisive referees. Whenever I see them, I think I have issues with them. How can you call that a penalty until VAR had to interfere before he actually ruled out the penalty? Liverpool, I hope that this law continue to smile on us, that VAR will continue to give us the favors we deserve, because we have been on the wrong side of VAR for a very long time coming. Yes. Our next game is against Fulham. Yes, this time around, I think we are scoring goals without conceding now. We'd expect that Kelleher should start the game if Alisson isn't back yet. So we'll be playing against Kelleher. The guys have a long week to rest. We'll be playing on the 13th of December against Fulham at the Craven Cottage Stadium. It's a fantastic stadium that we enjoy to score a whole lot. So I would expect us to repeat the feat by scoring at least 3 goals. This time around, Diego Jota is going to start and I think he's going to get a goal. Yes. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for viewing today's episode of my Liverpool Games. And don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to turn on your notification, don't forget to follow me on Twitter on this09, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Anfield Bloodline. I'll see you guys again after the games against Fulham. Take care, guys.